Hi, my name is Reverend Dale Brown, and I join you this morning for a devotion from Jeremiah chapter 29, verses 5 through 7. And this is a continuation of the series, Gardens in the Bible. Let me read these verses to you from the prophet Jeremiah. Build houses and live in them. Plant gardens and eat what they produce. Take wives and have sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons and give your daughters in marriage, that they may bear sons and daughters, multiply there, and do not decrease. But seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on its behalf, for in its welfare you will find your welfare. Jeremiah is writing to a people in exile. They've lost the land. They're in a foreign place. They're in an unfamiliar, difficult place of struggle, trial, and heartache. And his advice to them is to plant a garden. And you and I know that planting a garden and reaping the harvest from that garden takes time. We can't plant on Wednesday and expect a harvest by Thursday or Friday. And not only does it take time, it takes effort and dedication to growing things, to watering the garden, to fertilizing the garden, to caring for it. What Jeremiah is doing is saying to the people, be satisfied where you are. In fact, more than be satisfied, invest your lives where you are. For when difficulty comes, the great calamities of life, like being in exile, being in a faraway place, having to leave home and all that's familiar, our first prayer is, God, get me out of this. Maybe our first prayer should be, God, what can I learn from this? So Jeremiah's advice to the Israelites as they're in exile, plant a garden, plant a vineyard, give your children in marriage. And I think impressively, he says, seek the welfare of the place where you are. Because in seeking the welfare of the place where you are, you will find your welfare. So in gardening terms, that sounds to me a lot like bloom where you're planted. It may not be exactly what you want. You might still be in that faraway, distant, strange place, longing for home. But Jeremiah says to us, inspired by God, plant a garden, plant a vineyard, reap the harvest, give your sons and daughters in marriage, seek the welfare of the city. And in doing so, you will find your welfare. And he says that because oftentimes the greatest problems and struggles of life don't go away in just a little bit. Sometimes they linger on for years and years and years. But God is with you. And God tells us to plant a garden. You know, as I think about life and I think about persons in this church, I'm always amazed at how people can be caregivers for day after day after day, moving into year after year, whether that person has a physical illness or a disease like Alzheimer's. And they give care with love and kindness and tenderness. I'm sure in their worst moments, or maybe in their best moments, they've said, Lord, take this away from me. Stop the suffering, stop the pain. But yet they keep going. They bloom where they're planted. They try their very best to find God right where they are. And as you live today and go out and do all the things that you have to do or I have to do, let's look for God in all things. Let's plant a garden, plant a vineyard, reap the harvest, seek the welfare of the city, and know that God is with us always, even in that faraway, difficult, hard place where we find ourselves today. rather than asking for God to take it away, maybe we should ask, what can I learn? How can I grow? Where can I see and find God?